Have you ever wondered why an apple falls straight down and not sideways? Picture the scene. A young Sir Isaac Newton sitting beneath an apple tree when suddenly an apple falls, sparking his curiosity. This seemingly simple event led to the discovery of one of the fundamental laws that govern our universe: gravity. But what about when you push a shopping cart and it glides smoothly across the floor? Or when you throw a ball and it follows an arc through the air? Or perhaps when you stop pedaling your bike and yet it keeps moving forward for a while? All of these everyday experiences are governed by the same set of laws. These laws, these rules of the universe, are what we call mechanics. They help us understand why and how objects move the way they do. From the falling apple to the soaring airplane, mechanics explains it all. The answer to these questions lies in the world of mechanics, a branch of physics that deals with the motion of objects. Imagine this: you're playing football, you kick the ball and it moves. But why? Well, my friends, it's all thanks to a guy named Sir Isaac Newton and his 3 laws of motion. The first law says that an object at rest will stay at rest, and an object in motion will stay in motion unless acted upon by an external force. So, when your foot, the external force, makes contact with the football, it disrupts the ball's state of rest, causing it to move. The second law talks about force, mass, and acceleration. The harder you kick the ball, the faster it goes. This is because the force you apply is directly proportional to the mass of the football and its acceleration. Lastly, the third law states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. This means that the force you apply to the football is exerted back onto your foot. So, next time when you kick a football, remember Newton's laws are at play. Ever tried to push a heavy sofa or pull a door? What makes these actions possible? Well, it's all about forces, those unseen hands that shape our world. Among them, we find 3 types: gravitational, frictional, and applied forces. Let's start with gravitational force, a universal power that pulls everything towards the earth. It's why that heavy sofa doesn't just float away. Then we have frictional force, the resistance you feel when you push that sofa across the carpet. It's the opposing force that makes moving things a bit of a challenge. Last but certainly not least, we have applied forces. These are the forces that you apply to objects. When you push that sofa or pull that door, that's an applied force in action. It's your personal touch in the world of mechanics. So, you see, forces are everywhere, making our world move and function. Without these forces, even simple tasks like opening a door would be impossible. Remember the time when you tried to slide on a rough surface but couldn't? It wasn't just because you lacked the skills of an ice skater, but there was a force at play, a force that we call friction. Friction is that invisible force that opposes the motion of an object. It's essentially the resistance that one surface or object encounters when moving over another. But did you know there are different types of friction? Static friction, kinetic friction, and rolling friction, each playing its role in our daily lives. Static friction, for instance, is what keeps your coffee mug from sliding off an inclined table. Kinetic friction, on the other hand, is what slows down your bicycle when you stop pedaling. And then there's rolling friction, which helps your car tires maintain traction on the road. So the next time you find yourself struggling to slide on a surface, remember, it's not you, it's the friction at work. So it's friction that stops you from sliding around uncontrollably? So now you know why an apple falls straight down, why a football moves when you kick it, why you can push a sofa or pull a door, and why you can't slide on a rough surface. We've journeyed through the unseen rules of movement, the mystery of the moving objects, and the invisible forces that shape our world. We've grappled with Newton's laws of motion, those timeless principles that dictate how every object in the universe behaves. We've explored the myriad types of forces, from gravity to friction, each with their unique characteristics and effects. And speaking of friction, we've delved into its different types, from static to kinetic, and how they keep us grounded in our day-to-day lives. These concepts form the foundation of mechanics, the branch of physics that explains why things move the way they do. Next time you see something move, remember the fascinating world of mechanics that makes it all possible. Stay curious,